This is Prince Daemon of the House Targaryen. In HBO's House of the Dragon, he will be portrayed by Matt Smith of Doctor Who fame, and we think it's time you got to know him. I'm Alden Diaz for Casterly Talk, and we're prepping you for the debut of House of the Dragon. But keep in mind, some info here could be spoilers. If you'd like to support us, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell like you're Tywin Lannister, trying to establish a dynasty that would last 1,000 years. Or something like that. Described by Maesters Yandel and Gildane with the words ambitious, impetuous, mercurial, and daring, Daemon Targaryen is a lot to unpack. He was born in 81 AC, or after the conquest, as the second son of Prince Baelon Targaryen and his sister wife, Princess Alyssa Targaryen. This was during the reign of King Jaehaerys I. But you know those Targaryens, they're an entire family of historical all-stars, as Daemon was also the great-grandson of Aegon the Conqueror himself and the younger brother of King Viserys I. Daemon carried many titles throughout his life, including but not limited to Prince of the City, Lord Fleabottom, King of the Stepstones and the Narrow Sea, and finally his fan favorite moniker, the Rogue Prince. You'll also come to know him for his many jobs and council positions, such as Master of Coin, Master of Laws, and Commander of the City Watch. But despite all of these, history will perhaps best know him as a key figure in the Party of the Princess, aka the Blacks. Like most of the family, Daemon was a dragon rider, and even his dragon was a rebellious rock star. That's right, folks, we're talking about Caraxes, aka the Bloodworm. Comment below if you also love how metal this family is. Now, when it comes to Daemon's reputation as a wildcard firebrand, the energy honestly goes all the way back to his infancy. Within a fortnight of his birth, he was already being taken for dragon rides, and by 16, he was knighted by King Jaehaerys and given one of the ancestral swords of House Targaryen, Dark Sister. Again, it's just so metal. In 97 AC, Daemon married Lady Rhea Royce, the heir to Runestone, and let's just say he didn't have positive feelings for her or her homeland of the Vale. During the Great Council of 101 AC, Daemon supported the claim of Viserys, as that would guarantee him heir to the throne status, younger brother privilege, or so he thought. After a failed attempt at getting his big bro to nullify his marriage, Daemon served on the small council from 103 to 104 AC, much to the chagrin of Hand of the King Otto Hightower. Otto and Daemon weren't big fans of each other, to say the least. Soon thereafter, he became commander of the City Watch and began a war on crime built on thorough, brutal tactics. He's also responsible for the City Watchmen being known as the Gold Cloaks, because he upgraded their appearance with a little pizzazz. To paraphrase another big magical franchise, you may not like him, but you can't deny Prince Daemon's got style. It was during this time that he met a sex worker named Massaria, who he began a relationship with, and became increasingly fixated on power. He wanted the title of Prince of Dragonstone and was denied, and he was always close to being denied his spot as heir because a son of Viserys would squash that dream. And eventually Viserys did have that son, a baby boy named Baelon, but unfortunately both mother and child passed away in the immediate aftermath of childbirth. Now, here's where Daemon should have just kept his mouth shut. This man decided to go down to the brothels and mock this tragedy with the phrase, heir for a day. This rightfully enraged Viserys to the point where he finally pulled the trigger on the plan nobody expected, naming Rhaenyra, his daughter, the heir to the Iron Throne. Now, we could go on, but let's just say that all cards are in place now for HBO's exploration into this family drama to end all family dramas. But scandals and schemes aside, let's explore Matt Smith's approach to the character. Smith has described him as, quote, sort of an outsider. He went on to say that Daemon's, quote, not black and white, there are shades of gray with him. Now, based on that, we're definitely leaning into the dark badass energy for sure, but the prince isn't without connections and trust. Smith also spoke about Daemon and Caraxes, saying, quote, my dragon's called Caraxes. He's a bit of an avatar of Daemon. He's grumpy, sardonic, insular, volatile, chaotic. There's a very strong connection between the dragon and the dragon rider. We'll tell you right now, we can't wait for these bad boys. Now, in terms of what Daemon means for us in the real world as viewers, HBO made it a point to remind us all of the great Targaryen dichotomy in his character description, saying, quote, Daemon possesses the true blood of the dragon, but it is said that whenever a Targaryen is born, the gods toss a coin in the air. So, that's not ominous at all. Tell me, what'll it be, folks? Madness or greatness? Pleasure or pain? Or both? Daemon Targaryen is the Rogue Prince for a reason. Thematically, he's set up to explore ideas of corruption, envy, lust, and the dark side of ambition. What happens when pride conquers family? And just how destructive a force is a sense of entitlement? We here at Casterly Talk can't wait to find out.